So when it comes to Black content creators, it seems like a lot of the things that you see are or at least a lot of the things that get the most views are pretty much the most generic kind of things. Kind of like we discussed in one of my other videos, reaction videos. A lot of it seems to be like doing stuff in the hood, or like just content where it's like would you smash or pass, but like in real life or like face to face. But so we're going to explore with this video that we're going to react to. We're going to see exactly why, or maybe not exactly why, but why this content creator thinks that Black content creators are cooked. And this is by the YouTube channel OhMeezzy. So first time seeing this channel, first time watching one of their videos, but let's get into it. Let's check it out, see what's good, see what's great, see what's going on. No hate. And as always, link to the video, link to the channel will both be in the description below. Let's get it.
Black content on the internet has become so pervasive that it's gotten its own title, its own category. And sometimes it can produce some very good things with very knowledgeable people with, very good insights. But oftentimes, and with the way that it's viewed today, it breeds nothing but disgust. What's going on, everybody? Look, we've got to get into the meat and the potatoes truly on this channel about Black content and how it's destroying people. Of course, we're talking about the smash or passes, the public interviews, the 20v1s, the sexualizing kids, the Cash App scams. Damn. I don't know how these things can go on much longer, especially with the hypersexualization, which is going to bring me to our first stop. It's the Shay Frost. Now,
easy. I know how that's going. I mean, the hypersexualization with the feminist movement and all this sexual liberation. That's like there's really no question on why the sexualization of or in Black content creation is a big thing, or why videos like that are being done. Especially because they're Black, they're going to use that Black pass. I'm like, hey, why are you hating on me for doing this? It's because I'm Black, stuff like that. But I mean, that's obviously why that kind of content is thriving.
Most people don't know this, but the Shay Frost is an actual actor. When he was younger, he used to be in actual television shows and have actual roles. So content, the idea of being professional, shouldn't be anything new to him. Yet,
wait, why did he stop acting then? Why did he leave? Well, I mean, Hollyweird. So maybe he saw some stuff or people were trying to do some stuff to him, and he was like, nah, this ain't it. He left. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
When he's gotten into the streaming world, he's become everything but, to be honest. Now, I will say it is kudos to the Shay Frost for staying relevant for as long as he's stayed relevant. There are a lot of people who went from child acting to being adults and can't find any sort of foothold. No disrespect, but kind of like a Scott Jackson. So it's very credible to him that he's able to stay around, be in some sort of public eye, mainstream media, and all that stuff. So
I don't really know who. There's a crazy image to freeze on. But I don't really know who that Sky Frost person was, just because I don't really pay attention to actors that much, especially with how media is now, with like the blackwash of so many different films and things like that, like making a Black Little Mermaid instead of just like making creative news stories that happen to have Black characters for the main story, instead of just like blackwashing something that's already been created. So I really don't watch a lot of like mainstream media anymore.
Round of applause for the Shay Frost. However, if it means that he's gonna do things like this, then I think that we have to maybe talk about him a little bit closer.
Bruh.
All right, come on, turn the camera on me.
Now, I don't even know how much of these streams and content clips that I can really put out there, because honestly, it's nothing but pornography. Like, it is the most softcore pornography that you can possibly get, and he is pushing Twitch streaming, Kick streaming, and all these other platforms, YouTube, to its fullest boundary. There's not even any entertainment in this. He's not being subtle. Honestly, some would even say it looks like he's crashing out, to be honest with you. Who thinks it's a good idea to get head on stream?
Ruby Heat.
Ruby. That's
But again, like I said before, it's all because of, the feminist movement has made it to the point where women being openly sexual and sexualizing themselves is supposed to be empowering, and it's supposed to be a good thing. And so when really it's just been destructive. But hey.
Your first name, like all together, Ruby Heat?
That's my stage name.
Like the
Caitlin.
bright sun.
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Okay, Bryson and Caitlin take. Can we see your toes real quick? Can you, your shoes and all your little
That is
ass
disgusting.
you know
And don't get me wrong, sex is good, but it's not content on these public platforms where a lot of children can consume your content. Start an OnlyFans, start a Patreon, maybe put it behind some sort of a paywall or something like that. This is not something that, one, we should deem as just content, and two, that kids should be consuming. And I do kind of start to hate the notion of, oh, well, adults should be able to watch what their kids are doing. But when we do stuff like this, we have to hold people accountable. And I wish it was a one-off, but no, he's done this several times on his stream.
I mean, and obviously kids are just going to just fake their age on whenever they enter a platform like this, or they'll just go and watch it. It might pop up and be like, this is for mature content only, and then you just click yes or whatever, or they just fake their age or whatever. But yeah, there is so much more that's wrong with it. What's wrong with like platforms like these, especially during that time period when Twitch was just not caring a whole lot, when people were doing like kind of like topless streams, but like they wouldn't show their, you know, the nipples and stuff, but you could see everything else jiggling around, stuff like that. So and then of course they would have like you know, links to their OF pages or stuff like that. So it's like the corn industry or the hub industry has gotten so dense that the only way, and the OF industry and all that has gotten so dense that the only way these girls can actually get newer viewers is to infiltrate other industries like Twitch and like Kick, and do these kind of things, to these sexual things, to push the boundaries of what they can get away with, while linking their OF page in their descriptions. And so that's how they're trying to get more people to go to their page so that they can make more money off of that as well. But yeah, it's not surprising that this kind of content makes its way to its streaming platform. It's not just the Black community that's you know, cooked for things like this. Is everyone. It's the US. The US is cooked. The Western states, things like that. Man, I think I'm gonna go to Japan.
Oh
my god. She tracing my shit.
We got to talk about why these platforms aren't taking this more seriously. I guess because there's nothing really explicit there, but I will say there was one stream where there was a nipple actually shown, but it's kind of clear what he's doing here. And even if there was some sort of warning ban or whatever the case may be for what's going on with Deshae right now, I don't think anybody would have any problems with him getting suspended and not being on here. Nobody's trying to see him get head on the platform. And if you are, go to Cornhub, dog. And this is getting to the point where other content creators are calling him out on his actions and his behaviors. We saw Bruce Drop Him Off call him a COON on his Twitter account, and goes on to say, if you gotta use sex or hypersexual towards women to make niggas laugh on stream, quit streaming. You suck. And I'm so serious, fight me about it. Now, I don't think that
I can agree with that, because if you have to use hypersexualized content or sex in general just to get views on like Twitch and shit, you're a trash streamer. Let's just be real. You're a trash streamer. You have nothing to actually offer. There is nothing that you do that's a net positive. You're trash. Just quit.
You have to be the most religious streamer or always educational or whatever the case may be. But shock value streamers and content creators, to me, aren't real content creators or streamers. People aren't really looking for you. They aren't looking for your personality, your insight, your wisdom, your comedy, whatever you have to offer, other than seeing you put yourself in embarrassing, life-threatening, hypersexual situations. And so when Deshae responds to these things, because these accusations have a lot of merit from Bruce Drop Him Off, which I'm glad somebody's calling him out, he can only point to other things in his explanation that, quite frankly, have nothing to do with what we're talking about here.
You're trying to fucking...
Honestly, I'm surprised it was Bruce Drop Him Off that called him out, because I don't watch the dude's content. I don't watch the dude's streams. I don't know much about him, but every time I hear about him, it's usually something about him arguing about what someone did to, like how someone made him feel, or what someone did to him or something. I don't know. It just seems like all he does is yell about some, usually from what I know, it just seems like he's yelling about something or complaining about something. But at least he, you know, this one was this him calling that other person out was actually a good thing in my opinion. But from what I know of Bruce dropping him off, is usually not a very, you know, a positive thing. Usually just complaining about something random. But hey, at least he did that.
And go at every streamer, dude, and that shit is not working. You try to do XQC with the fucking watch shit. You're tweaking out, bro. Put down the perks. But real shit though, bro, might want to chill out, bro. We're both in Atlanta, bro. It seems like you're just talk, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. You're just talk. We seen you try to rekindle everything, bro. You're in this shit by yourself, brother. You're getting passed around like one of these hoes. I'm not gonna lie. And keep having that Asian girl make you ham sandwiches and white rice, okay?
And so I thought about it. Does the shade have any merit in what he's saying? But that thought really only lasted for 2.5 seconds. First and foremost, Bruce Drop 'em Off has been doing this well longer than you have. We're talking about streaming and content creating on the internet. Granted, you were an actor when you were a child, but this is a whole different lane. Two, you didn't address anything that was said, and it's not just being said about him. People on the internet are starting to catch on to what you're doing. You using your YouTube to sexualize your sister with videos about her having a BBL and my mom must be stopped, blurring out her images and stuff like that, alluding to the fact that there's something X-rated underneath this. Using your family in order to get views by sexualizing them is the sign of somebody who is totally weird and out of touch with what normal people like to see. Him starting to make his channel into a pseudo OnlyFans platform by bringing these corn stars and having them do sexualized things on it, just, it can only be described as weird.
Well, like I said before, that's what's been normalized thanks to the feminist movement. And of course, since it's easy to target, you know, young adults and people with that kind of a content. And so that's what, you know, if that's what's easy to get views with, especially if you can do it like in a soft way where it doesn't break the TOS and get away with it. People are gonna flock to that kind of thing. It's kind of crazy, but it's unfortunate. But hey, that's why I'm saying the West is cooked, because it's not just a black community that does this, but it's everybody in the Western areas for the most part. Again, I think I'm just gonna like go to Japan or something. Maybe the Philippines. Who knows? I was born there. My parents were military. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll bite that motherfucker.
And I told you to bite it.
Ah!
Why are you taking so long?
Ah! That bitch tastes good!
And while the Shade's content is weird, we're talking about black content as a whole. So when I see clips on TikTok of a guy named David doing a charity auction where they're bidding on girls, which is very reminiscent of slavery, I again have to question, why are we doing these things in 2024, specifically as black people?
110!
This is dumb as fuck.
120 and 25 cents. 120, 25 cents.
And while I get it that that's a normal traditional thing that they do in college, bidding on dates and stuff like that in order to raise money and awareness towards some good deed or whatever the case may be, it's never sat right to me when black people did it, participated in it, or any type of thing, whether it was the bidder, whether it was the person being auctioned, or any combination of those things, only because of what we've experienced in the past when it comes to slavery. This is very disgusting. Black people shouldn't be auctioned out, no way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't care who you're giving the money to. There has to be a different way in order to raise money and awareness. And now the fact that people are putting this on the platforms is just disgusting. Now, if you didn't think that that was very slavery coded or reminiscent of it, these 20v1s have to be close to it. I kid you not, especially when they bring these rappers on here, or even hell, these kids on here, and get real disrespectful or weird with the women. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Introducing the first female, man. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Tristetta.
Tristetta?
Yeah, I'm from Haiti.
From Haiti?
Yeah.
Let me get 360 real quick. You know I gotta start it all right, cuz.
Now, mind you, she's saying, I don't know why you're doing yes or no at his age, but she's the one going on the show knowing that little Tyler is gonna be on the show. Now, do I excuse little Tyler for sexualizing her? No, I think that this whole experience is weird. But the age thing is very strange because, like I said...
Wait, did she know it was gonna be him that was going on the show, or did she just volunteer to be on the show? And then when they called her, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's this kid that's gonna be the one doing the thing. She would still have the opportunity to back out from there, but is she getting paid? Is she gonna turn down that easy money just to be on that? Probably not.
Earlier, they've even brought kids on their platform before to do the same thing in Little RT.
Oh no. By the way, Little RT is this 9-year-old rapper who has been, he can't even read. Can't read, probably can't do math or any type of thing like that. But he's like this 9-year-old rapper, if you want to call him that, who raps about, well, his parents and his, you know, family, other members of his family tell him what to rap about. And since he can't read, they just like, you know, they have him memorize it. And then it's all of his rhymes and raps and stuff are like killing people and having sex with women. You know, it's kind of like the adult stuff, but he's a little 9-year-old. And obviously that's more influential, or as influential to other kids his age, depending on, or compared to, you know, adult rappers.
This 9-year-old boy is rapping about murdering people, drugs, and sexual assault, even though he is clearly being influenced, controlled, and manipulated for money. It breaks my heart every time I see a kid who grew up too fast because of their environment. Lil RT has been stripped of his childhood and his innocence.
Bro, see real life, so he a fast young man. Exactly, but now I got him under my wings, so I'ma have him doing the right things. You feel me? But I can't stop something that he used to. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I try to tell little bro, I try to help little bro as much as I can, but I'm not his father. He go back to his mama and his uncles at the end of the day. So whatever he do at home, that's what he's gonna continue to do. So I can't stop it.
When he is not at home playing video games, he's out there rapping about street life and violence, while the adults around him allow it to happen. In their minds, this is just pure entertainment. But there is a reason why violent movies are R-rated and why children shouldn't be exposed to that kind of stuff. There is a reason an adult is there to guide the child, educate them, and set them on the right track.
So it's just the degradation of the black community continues, unfortunately.
Hey, that's where to stay.
We're sitting here having this little kid auction off his mother in order for other people to become the suitor of her. If I have to sit here and explain what's wrong with that, and when we go on these people's channels, it's 3 different channels, all the same thumbnail style, all in that white room. Some of them even do it on the same exact day. And we talked about on this channel how these things can be more sexually charged with each and every passing, because the one that JP did was so disgusting. But the only thing that I could think that becomes more disgusting and more cringe than that is the public interviews. And I've always hated public interviews because these people aren't even asking to be bothered, yet you have dudes walking up to them asking them a simple question, because I know that's how they draw them in, and then turning it into this whole weird engagement.
Girl, you know you want to talk. Look at you smiling and shit with that cute ass smile.
Yo, back up, you too close.
No, listen.
He just gets closer.
I've been taking too many L's, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, please.
Now I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I got suspended out of school.
Bruh, that's fucking, I'm trying not to cuss. That is so pathetic, to the point we gotta start begging. You gotta pretty much corner her, and then when you still get denied, you start begging?
Come on, please.
That's some pathetic bullshit, man. Get out of here with that, man.
Come on, please. Pathetic.
You ain't no, man, you ain't nothing.
For something just like that, where I walked up on a young woman and kind of got in her ear. It was a crazy time. I was young Omar, I didn't know any better. But seeing that now with my adult brain, my fully formed brain, I can see why that's wrong, and I can see that it's disgusting, especially because she told him to back up. The thing that's the most interesting to me in all these pieces of content is the simple fact that everything has to be made sexual. Nothing about these public interviews, smasher passes, 20v1s, whatever the case may be, can be done without some sort of sexualization in it.
I'm here with today. For you today is, could you stick your hands in your pants and let me smell your balls?
What the hell nah.
Ultimately, what's the long game for these content creators? When you're doing stuff like this for the shock value, I don't even know her name.
I don't even understand the whole reason behind that. What's the point behind that? What's the point? That's just, I guess, like he said, shock value, but that's just disgusting. I guess that's also the point in shock value. Like, and people wonder why so many men have opted out of dating in the West. I'm going to Japan.
I don't know any of these people's names who are getting sexualized. Of course, they'll flash their Instagram handles or whatever the case may be, but who does things like this? And do you think that they're gonna stick around? Are you gonna continue to make this content in your 20s, throughout your 20s, into your 30s and 40s? You need a job for tomorrow. And also, if you think that you can blow up to be the heights of the content creators that you look at and strive to be, the Kai Cenats or, you know, the DDGs or the agents or the Duke Dennises of the world, there's no way that you can go down this original path and then think that you can fumble that into stuff like a Fortnite deal or a branding sponsorship with Nike based off of this being your path. I don't even think that they're getting good content creation etiquette when they do things like this, because there's no complex editing. There's no thing about thumbnails because they're all the same. Hell, even their basic audio setups are fucked up in these clips. So they're not getting.
They have no creativity. Yeah, there's zero creativity. Just do the dumbest thing you think you can think about, get views for it. Try to get a bag from YouTube for it, because people are obviously clicking on this content and watching it. This mind rot type BS. Hey, they're gonna try and get a bag for it. That's it. There's zero creativity. And black people are we're supposed to be like, you know, the pioneers of arts in a way. Not all arts, obviously, but like musical arts, you know, rock and roll, jazz, hip hop, R&B, dance. But why, when it comes to things like this, why does it seem like nowadays we have zero creativity? Zero. Well, I guess for some artists that make it into the mainstream media, you can see their creative process, their creative flows and things like that. These other a lot of other music artists, thankfully, well, some unfortunately make it into the mainstream. A lot of them don't, thankfully. But it's zero creativity. It's just guns, sex, and violence. And that's it. And then, or instead of like how they're trying to make it out of the hood without having to without having to rely on talking about guns, sex, and violence and drugs or whatever. It's like, what happened to our creativity as a community? It's like, what? Where'd it go?
Any practical experience out of this. They're just doing this for shock value and to have their name slung across the internet. A couple of Instagram likes for validation, maybe some shock value views, but their CPMs and RPMs are in the fucking floor. They're not getting the proper traffic. The women are getting objectified. The men are being disgusting. There's no longevity in these things that makes people say, you know what, this is a full-on career path. And
hey, that's a good thing. Let it die. If this keeps up, it'll die out. It'll die out. And hopefully we can, someone who the creative black people will continue to thrive, and other black people who see those creative ones that are thriving will have to step their game up and be just as creative, if not more creative, so that we can move forward as a community instead of this brain rot BS.
I know that there's a graphic out there that says how many kids want to become content creators when they grow up, but I'm here to tell you that that is not the way to go about doing it. That's not true content. This is borderline pornography, sicko behavior, and stuff that'll only get you remembered as being some sort of object piece for people to laugh and point fingers at. If you're gonna look for creativity and become a content creator, look at Kai Cenat. Please don't look at these people on these channels. Let me know what you guys think though. Is black content?
I mean, but at the same time, Kai Cenat just talks to a bunch of thoughts online too. A lot, not all the time. Some of the times, yes.
I know you! You be on Twitter sucking.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I need some of that. Please, bruh.
So recently, like 2 weeks ago, people kept tagging your name on my post and they're saying that you were looking for me. And I'm like, I was so confused.
Yes,
and I'm like, looking for me?
Yes, bruh.
But some of the time, most of the times he does do some creative things. You know, he's entertaining and stuff like that. But he also just talks to thoughts and OF girls on his streams, or like on Omegle. I don't want to say Omegle, but I think he does it as well. He has done it as well. But Kai's not fully innocent from this either. So not just like Kai Cenat, a little bit like it will be worth it. His creative things though.
In the dirt. Shout out some names of some good black content creators while you're down in the comments, because we need a palate cleanse ASAP.
That was pretty good. Thankfully, like
ultimately
like the content creators that he was talking about aren't the ones that get recommended to me on YouTube. Like that kind of content doesn't get recommended. And said it's worse. And I'm just kidding. But yeah, so thankfully, you know, what gets recommended to me on YouTube isn't as bad as, you know, the smash or pass BS that this and all the other brain rot content that this guy was talking about. It's not as bad. Some of it is bad. I'm still working on cleaning up my YouTube recommended thing, but hey, we'll get there. But yeah, again, this was by OhMeezzy. Let me know what y'all think about, you know, black content creators, both in general and the ones that only are like one trick ponies. And what do you think we could do to help, you know, improve the black community of content creation? But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in general on anything. If the sky is blue where you are, or if it's gray because of the clouds and it's getting ready to rain. I don't know. But just let me know whatever you think. And be sure to check out OhMeezzy. As always, links to his video, link to his channel will be in the description below. And that's pretty much it. So don't forget to do those 3 things that I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace and much love to you.